Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of 10 Minutes with TmFal. This is Toyin for Lucy, and today we're going to be talking about clearing out your space, clearing out your physical space, your mental space, spiritual space, your social space, and just deleting things that don't serve you well, taking out the trash or garbage, taking out things that don't serve you well, moving away from negativity and toxic people. And something happened earlier today that got me thinking. So I was taking out the trash and I had, taken out the garbage full, closed up the bag, tied it up, put it by the door, and was going to take it out on my way out in about 30 minutes. And what happened predictably is that every time I do that, I find myself, you empty out the trash, you line the garbage with a new liner, and then you start to find things like you open up something, you're like, I need to put it in there. So you untie the full garbage bag and put something in. Then you find something else, you untie it, and then I get very impatient. Then I start poking holes on the side of the bag to stuff something in. Then you're about to take it out, and you find something else, and you poke another hole and stuff it in and tie it all over again. And that happens to me very often, and I'm sure it's happened to a lot of people. That you have your new liner, you don't want to put one or two new things in there, so you try and get into the old one that you're about to take out. And that got me thinking about when we decide to take out the trash, take out things that don't serve us well, stop doing certain things because they don't serve us well, start to evaluate friendships and relationships that don't serve us well, and we decide to kind of take some things out or delete some things. And then you start to find other things, just like trying to take out the garbage. So it got me thinking about a couple of things. Once you set out to clean out and to move things out, you start to find other things that could go out. So the first thing is setting an intention. Just like you tie up the garbage, it's full, you're about to take it out. That's the intention, right? It's going out. So the first thing is setting an intention, whatever that intention is, to declutter, to reorganize, to remove things that don't serve you well, to evaluate relationships and decide that this is not good for you, to decide that certain things are toxic to your mental health, certain things are toxic to your physical health. You want to make some changes in your physical health or mental health, or your social circle, whatever it is, you've decided that this is not serving you well. Let's call it trash. Let's call it negativity, toxicity, old stuff that you've outgrown. So the first step is setting an intention, be intentional. But to do that, you've identified these things as trash, not serving you well. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to follow through and don't give up. So the analogy of where you find something and then you find more things that need to go out, and you start untying the bag and stuffing it, and then you make a hole on the side, you make a second hole on the side. That's following through. Like, I'm going to take this out. It's out of the garbage. It's tied up. It's by the door. I'm getting it out. You don't leave it in the house overnight. You don't walk past it when you walk out. You take it out and put it in the trash where it needs to be. So regardless of what obstacles or things that come through or things that make it like, I can go out later, or maybe we can just leave that here. It's not that full, so we can just keep adding more things. No, you do that and take it out. That's following through and not giving up. The third thing is realizing when you decide to do this kind of things, it's not going to be cute. It can be quite messy. It can be inconvenient. And sometimes in the process of trying to stuff more stuff, you may actually have the garbage bags spill wide open and different things may happen. But you've already set the intention and you're going to follow through and not give up. So just like me trying to now stuff one or two other things in there, or make a hole on the side and stuff something in through the side because I'm too lazy or too impatient to open up the tie, that's fine. When you do these things, it's not going to be cute. It can be messy. Many times it often is. But you want to continue with the intention you've set, to follow through and not give up. Because what's happened is that by taking that garbage out and putting it on the side, you've set a new liner and you really want to take your time before you fill that up. So that's like when you've cleared out, say, your fridge of bad foods, that you don't want, the fast foods, or you've cleared out your closet with things that don't serve you well, or you've evaluated your friendship group and realized that some people are more colleagues, some people are more acquaintances and not friends. When you've realized that certain people drain energy from you and they're toxic and some relationships don't serve you well, those are times where things can get messy, and they often do. But you continue through the process, because as you create that space and you declutter and open up your free space and have better spaces in your mind and your physical space, sometimes the things that happen that make you want to kind of just stop the process, but realizing that it doesn't have to be cute, and a lot of times it'll be messy, allows you to follow through. And the fourth and final thing is to realize it's not a one-time process. This is not something that ends with the one time you take out the trash. We take out the trash, in my case, every day. Once a day, you tie up what's there, collect everything in all the rooms and take it out. And realizing that every day there are new things that happen that need to be reevaluated. And once you're in that process and you've developed a habit of going through your physical space, your mental space, your social circles, your spiritual health, your emotional spaces, and figuring out the things that don't serve you well. Why don't they serve you well? Are there things that need to be completely deleted from your life, from your space? Are there relationships that need to be kept afar and apart? Are there people that drain your energy or infuse you with negativity, so you have to really distance yourself from those people or limit the time you spend with those people? But the first thing is understanding what that is. So the first steps are, the four are: one, being intentional, set an intent that you want to declutter, take out the trash, take out what's not serving you. Second is to follow through and not give up, regardless of obstacles or things that come your way. 3 is to realize that when you start to do that, it's not going to be cute, and many times it can be messy, and that's okay. And 4, to realize it's not a one-time process, and it's something you do periodically, and depending on what it is you're trying to achieve, sometimes a lot more often. But be intentional, follow through and not give up. Realize it's not always going to be cute. A lot of times it's messy, and it's not a one-time process. So this has been 10 Minutes with TmFal. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you.